All right, very good. Our first featured speaker today is Lisa York with Beacon Payments. Lisa, take it away.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Lisa York, and you might notice that this first screen looks a little different than it has in the past because it says Beacon Payments Midwest LLC. And I'm really excited to announce that I'm now a business owner. Ben helped me create an LLC. I did this, many of you know that my brother owns Beacon Payments, and so I did this with his encouragement so that I could offer more products and services to my clients. So I'm really excited about it. So I just want to start by sharing, I can't go. There we go. What's important to me? So first of all is my faith in Jesus Christ. Secondly is my family. And thirdly is helping people, especially my merchants, and also, of course, my BNI friends. So this is me and my husband. This past April, we celebrated 30 years of marriage. We were going to try to take a trip, but that's going to have to be on hold. This is my daughter, Jessica. She's a CPA in St. Louis. This is my son, Aaron, who is an airman stationed, he's with the Air Force stationed in Okinawa, Japan. And my son, Jacob, who I was fortunate enough to travel to Europe with him a year ago. Actually, we're a year ago right now. And then my dogs, hopefully they won't bark in this presentation, Oscar Mayer, Wiener, and Lily. So I want to tell you a couple of stories about a few of my clients today. So the first story is about a new client of mine who's a chimney sweep. And I actually met them when I was visiting another chapter, and they are not BNI members. So they were visiting the other chapter. They're not BNI members. And so I want to encourage you to visit other chapters because you never know who you're going to meet. So they had a few problems. They were key entering cards instead of swiping them, which always for any merchant means that the rates are higher. And it turns out they were paying 4% for their credit card processing, which is very expensive. So the solution I provided for them was that I got them mobile swipers for their technicians, and this is free loaner equipment. They didn't have to pay for any of the equipment, and saved them over 35%. So this is the part that I'm going to ask you for referrals. You can actually take a picture of this slide if it's easier for you. And so I'm looking for referrals to businesses with technicians in the field like the Chimney Sweep. So that would be someone in HVAC, plumber, an electrician, pest landscaper, a towing company, just to name a few. So if you know someone in one of these industries, if you could write that on your piece of paper, make sure your name's on it, and then after the meeting or later today, text me that. And like I said, I will put all of those people who send it to me in a drawing, and someone will win a prize. So my second client I want to talk to you about is a chiropractor. I figured Dr. Kathy would like this picture. And they were actually a BNI referral. So they had a couple problems also. They needed to take payments using a terminal, but they also wanted to set up recurring billing using an online portal. So sometimes people have a larger bill and they want to, say, pay $100 a month instead of paying it all up front. So their fees were also too expensive, and quite frankly, they were tired of dealing with an 800 number when they needed support. So I set up a terminal for them, again, free equipment, so they didn't pay for that. Set up the online portal, which is super easy to use. And I ended up saving them $150 a month. And the best part for them, they told me, is that they have a live person to help them. Of course, that's me. So if you know a chiropractor, a doctor, a dentist, an eye doctor, a dermatologist, those are all people that I would love to meet, and I can help them as well. My next story is about a not-for-profit organization, and this was a referral from a company that actually creates websites. So that would actually be a good referral for me also, if you know somebody who creates websites, because those people always need somebody to connect their e-commerce through, and we do a lot of that. So their problem was that it is very expensive to accept credit cards online. And so we used a new program that we have where it added a 4% surcharge to all of their transactions and saved them 90% on their fees. I've talked about it many times. Merchants spend thousands of dollars in fees on their credit card processing, and this is a solution available to any merchant, not just an online merchant, where they can save thousands and thousands of dollars by passing the fee on to the customer. So if you know someone with a not-for-profit organization or any company that accepts payments online, whether they do it traditionally or whether they're adding the fee, either way, I can save them a lot of money. And then some of you will know where this picture came from, if you're old enough. My last story is about a restaurant. And this is my favorite B&I referral story. The owner of this restaurant posted on Facebook that he was looking for a new point of sale system. A former B&I member tagged me in it. And so I took a picture of it and put it into our B&I Belleville messenger system and said, hey, if any of you are willing to tag me or write something nice about me on this post. And within 5 minutes, about 12 people had tagged me and said such nice things about me that I really appreciate. And so the owner contacted me and said, well, you're obviously the person to know. And so I got his business. And so his biggest problem, he had a point of sale system and it kept shutting down during his middle of his lunch time. So it was terrible. And they didn't have a live person to help them. So they just couldn't take credit cards. It was just a mess. And their processing was costing them a fortune. So I provided them with a new point of sale system. This is an actual picture of it. It's a fabulous Clover system. Reiniger uses it also, but a more modified version. So I came in and actually spent an entire day helping them get it set up so that all their menu items were on there, all their discounts, everything. And so they went with our new program where the customer pays the fees and they saved thousands of dollars. They are very, very happy. And I'm really excited to be working with them. And another cool part of the story is that on that Facebook post, a lady who's opening a bakery in Belleville saw that post and she contacted me and said, oh, I'm opening a bakery. Can you help me with a point of sale? And I actually installed her point of sale yesterday. So it's the power of B&I, which is amazing. So a good referral in this category would be a restaurant, a bar, a cafe, a bistro, a coffee shop, a diner, or a pizzeria. So if you have any questions, here's my contact information. I'm really hoping some of you have thought about some people that you know, and if you could just, like I said, write your name on the paper, text it to me, I'll do the drawing, I'll let you know who wins tonight. I don't know if we have time for any quick questions. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and attention.
Thank you, Lisa. That was excellent. If anyone has a quick question, we could take one.
I have a question, Lisa. How's it going with turning those fees back to customers and have them paying, especially if you're a higher volume, transaction?
Yeah,
let's say
it's an excellent question. And I have some low volume people doing it, and I have some very high volume people doing it, like auto repair, very high volume. And so they post a sign in the store at the location explaining what they're doing. And I've actually had feedback. I actually requested feedback from my customers saying, hey, is it okay? What's going on? And the general consensus is that the customers understand. If somebody does kind of complain about it, the merchant explains, hey, the fees are killing us, which is not a lie. And we decided we could either raise the prices for everybody or put it back into your hands and you could decide how you wanted to pay. And so people understand that. I think the average person doesn't know how much merchants pay so that we can all get our points and travel for free. So the feedback actually, honestly, kind of surprisingly, has been that it's not been a problem. And that's an excellent question. Thanks for asking.
No, thanks for the answer, because I know that more and more you're seeing this, so I'm hoping that it will be a trend.
Yeah, it's definitely the trend of the industry.
Thank you.
Thank you.